Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM21. It's career mode. We're on episode number 10. We're starting the new season, so we're right back where we were episode 1. It's Tour of Rwanda. A slightly different look this year. Different team that we brought. There are some punchy climbs, and we're going to see what we can do climbing-wise, because at the same time that we have Tour of Rwanda, which was an objective last year, there's a different race that we have, and it's a sprint race, and it's an objective, so my sprinters, for the most part, are going there. We do have Raylanu here, but otherwise we are getting through our first sizable climb of the day, and then we have a category 2 to finish on, and then it does end up with a sprint finish, but you've got to get through the climbs first and foremost, and there's already been a lot of tempo in the Peloton, enough so that a number of riders have been dropped, and then the break, those three guys just ahead, Swordbacks, and then Hingstall Madsen. I mean, those are decent names. Velasco as well. I mean, that's a decent trio at the front, so it was a pretty hard chase. And we're down to just over 100 riders, and you can already see Mugisha, Galvez, Debesay. First look at Debesay, you can see he's okay. He's a little bit punchy himself, but it's low mid 60s for kind of everything, so he's going to serve mostly as a domestique along the way as we kind of build him up. But Mugisha, who was becoming a primary player last season, towards the end of the season has gone right down into domestique territory, which is kind of where he started last season. We'll see as he develops if he kind of works his way back into the mix. But new man, Arroyo, that's the key guy today. He's got a 70 mountain, 78 hills, and almost capable in the sprint, resistance and stamina as well. So we actually do have somebody that I expect to very much be in the end. And you'll see, a year ago that was completely unfathomable. Michael Matthews, Chad Haga. That's not going to be easy. I don't want to attack through here. I think we'll recover. We've got time to recover for the upcoming climb. Alright, Galvez, we're going to have to use his gel. Debesay has been dropped. Alright, here we go, into the climb. Galvez, we've already gelled up. Let's go ahead and retool. So we've got, I don't want to sprint train style this. Let's continue to protect the better climbers. Raylanu absolutely is looking like a better climber. LeBron to protect him. Let's get Feitosa on the wheel of Arroyo.
That the strongest can create some gaps.
Galvez won't last long, so Feitosa is going to have to take over this first little steep section. It's going to ease off for a little bit, and you can see where it picks up again.
The tempo has slowed down. Something might be cooking.
Are we really going that fast right now? Raylanu should be climbing faster than that. Baran, why don't we just follow? It's not Mubaran. It's Mulabran. It's going to take me some time to get used to that. That's going to be one thing about this playthrough, is I'm going to have a lot of unique names to practice. Okay, LeBron working his way. Galvez is gone, so Feitosa needs to use his gel and protect. You can see just how tired Arroyo is. LeBron's supposed to be pulling Raylanu through, but Raylanu got caught. Okay, let's go ahead and gel up for him. Arroyo right near the front, where he needs to be. 87 riders left. I'm not sure these guys are going to actually end up making it back up there.
The riders are entering the last 15 kilometers of the stage.
And Arroyo is not doing that great, actually. Raylanu is looking a little better, a little stronger at this point. We're going to have to gel up for both of them.
The riders are taking their foot off the accelerator. Either they're getting a bit hot, or they're setting themselves for the final
dropping,
dash.
so Raylanu needs to continue on. Down to 52 riders. Galvez was dropped. Feitosa's fallen back. and set him to auto. And there is Raylanu just making it up. Now I'm guessing though our better option is still going to be Arroyo. It is. Oh, shoot, there's the top. There's the top. I'm going to lose both of them, aren't I? Ah, so close. So close to take our weak team. And there's World Tour teams and there are some strong riders. I mean, you can see that Gebretzka here. Maybe something close there. Leading the chase. But yeah, 24 in the Peloton. Schlegel, Tejada, Izagirre, Geschke. Yeah, that's what we're up against. And we almost made it with them. And we've got a small chance here as we try to chase these guys back. Bridging the gap, getting back up there. And we are back in the Peloton. We have a small chance. It's 5K. Arroyo is not going to make it, though. It's got to be Raylanu. Even though Arroyo is much faster, we've got to use Raylanu. And this is it. The group's splitting off. Getting left behind here. We got to just try to squeeze our way maybe into the top 10. .7 coming up on the 1K. It's uphill. And Raylanu, no sprint capable. I mean, he's pushing for the end. He's going to just get whatever he can get towards the line here.
And
he's not going to make it all the way.
For
Giulio Ciccone with the win. Simon Yates, Campenarts, Jan Izagirre, Geschke, Poles. Dang. We are out of our element here. Top 10 did not happen, but it's definitely going to be a top 20. At least I think it is. Are we going to just miss out on that? 21st. Gorka Izagirre gets 20th. Yeah, that was not a who's who. That's not the world's best, but that's a lot of really, really good riders all over the top 15 or so. So that close, not bad for a little Continental team. First race for these guys, and Raylanu and Arroyo both so close to making it over the top of the climb, which would have been a totally different story had they made it. I mean, yes, we made contact with the group right as the group completely shattered and, riders went on ahead. So then we had to try to squeeze our way through. Faitosa also 34th. Not bad. Not bad for our first attempt. Stage 1 was a prologue. Stage 2 is what you just witnessed. So now we are on stage number 3. And it's my first mountain stage. I don't think I've actually even participated in one. All last seasons we just didn't have any climbers and knew there was no chance of survival. One thing that's really concerning me is the breakaway of 13 has a 7-minute lead. Trek now involved in starting to chase him back. I mean, there's a half dozen World Tour teams and a bunch of Continental Pro teams. So we are very much the little guys at this tour. For one thing, we probably just should be in the break. But in career mode, I really hate sending riders in the break. If you haven't watched my previous career mode series, you may not know why. You may not be familiar with why. But long story short, it's really hard to manage two groups at once on the road in career mode unless you pause a lot and go back and forth. And when you pause a lot, it's not good for what I'm trying to show you. It's not cinematic. It's not good in that regards. You don't like to use pause very often. So for that reason, I really don't like sending riders in the break. Hardly ever. That was a category 1. This is a category 3, but this climb worries me a lot more. It's deep. We're sitting at roughly 10% right now as we make our way up, and we are sliding backwards. Galvez have to work a little bit harder here to not get dropped. 110 in the group, and he is very much towards the back end of this thing. 70, 75. He's got the energy to stay. Oh, just trying to not overdo it. Got time to recover, but who's protecting him? Mulebron. I don't want to lose Mulebron to try to help keep Galvez in place, so he's just keeping contact here at the back of the group,
There we go. That's
and
two-thirds
that
of
will
the
give
race
us an
behind us.
opportunity to
So now
cover
it's the
down
descent.
Mulebron.
It's less physically
Now's a good
exhausting
time
than a
to
climb, but
actually
it's
fall
more
back,
stressful as
get
the
some
riders
water,
must choose their trajectory
and
well
we'll be
and
set for the
maintain a
rest
good
of the stage.
position on the bike.
Alright, main guys, recovery in check. I mean, they're looking good. Arroyo, Mulebron, Mugisha, Galvez, they're a bit tired. Mulebron having a problem finishing this task off, but he finally does. And this is it. This is the big climb of the day already. We're at 98 riders and dropping. It's 5 minutes to the front of the field, but that group of 13 is split off at least 4 of those riders. Geisha, push that a little bit harder. Let's also get these guys push that a little bit harder. Phytosa with a +5 race day condition is our man of the day. He's got a 76 mountain rating. We'll see what he can do. 77 resistance today. I hope that he can hang in there for a long while. But Raylanu, of course, is who I'd like to keep with him as best we can.
The Peloton has significantly increased its speed.
And we'll sacrifice for those two ultimately.
Only a few riders are capable of following the very fast pace up front.
Alright. Aurelia, the first one gone. Mulebron also about to leave, so let's retool. What do we have? Phytosa has
Attack from a rider.
Debase, and that's it. So we need to protect Raylanu. We've actually covered a lot of the climb already. Ooh, awkward looking stage. You can see through the mountain. Alright, how would do? Oh, the gap's pushed out to 6 minutes now. So actually the gap is opening up. It's not something I can control. We're just in survival mode here. As Mulebron, now Mugisha getting dropped.
A couple of teams have set themselves up as pacemakers for the pack. They
Debase
obviously
just
don't have
hanging
anybody
on.
in the breakaway group.
Itosa's still looking pretty good. Galvez, Gel, and go ahead and
The rider is
protect.
looking to give the pack the slip. The finish line is getting close. The riders
We'll
have
swap
just
who
passed
they're
the 15
protecting because
kilometers
Debase
road
is not
sign.
going to last much longer. I don't expect Raylanu to be around too long, but we've gone over the primary climb. So 48 left in the Peloton, and I somehow still have 4 riders. That's phenomenal. I mean, that is well beyond expectation considering the field that we
There's
are
now just 10
amongst.
kilometers left.
And the gap is now down under 4 minutes, but that's going to be a hard chase. That is definitely going to be a hard chase. Okay, Raylanu,
This climb
Phytosa,
is feared by many
full
riders. The
recovery, man.
percentages
That's
are
awesome.
very high.
Debase definitely struggling a bit here.
Five kilometers to the finish
Chase
line.
is not that hard right now. 6K to go. I think I need to sprint train style this thing. I don't know why I feel that's necessary, but it's only 5K. And it's not that hard of a climb as far as climbs go. Good time, because here's Campenarts going on the attack.
Attack with the finishing line within reach.
And there's most of the group. 4K. Okay, here comes the big move, and we were in the right position to respond to that. Now coming up on 3K to go. Tosa in such a great position here, and Raylanu we're just going to try to hang on with. He is just in survival. We're down to 2 riders off the front. There's Ciccone, there's Camponaerts. Raylanu's going to fall off, but it's 1K to go, and Phytosa is going to push on. Going to beat Camponaerts. 2 breakaway riders, and we're going to finish 3rd up the climb other than the 2 breakaway riders, right behind Ciccone and Yates, who 1-2'd the last one. What a ride from Phytosa. Of course, that race day condition really contributing a lot to that, but he's got decent base stats. Cristiano Phytosa, 5th place on the stage. What a run. What a run in. Meanwhile, where did Raylanu? 39th. Yeah, he's going to lose some time. For this one-off race, it's our first objective of the year. Now, when it comes to objectives this year, because we're still Continental, they're going to be super impressed by winning national championships, and because we have some gimmies, I shouldn't have any issues when it comes to the sponsorship this year, so we should get a max evaluation again. However, it's not going to be a guarantee that that's happening. In fact, this year compared to last year, it's going to be a little bit harder. For one, the diversity of the team last year, they were all from different nations outside of 2 Filipino riders. This year, that's spread out a little bit. Now there's 2 or 3 guys from a couple nations, especially the way that I handled scouting this year, as we're now down to 6K to go, so we'll gel up for these guys. Today's going to be difficult because Aribe's on a -3 race day condition. His first objective is not for a while, so he's at very low fitness, but we've got just 24 riders in the Peloton as we approach the finish. So Gerardo, as he's leading this thing out, we're down to our last 3 guys just inside 3K, so we can actually already start our sprint now with Morenzi, who's okay as a sprinter, so he's a little bit better of a lead out. And you can see as we approach the end, Zervis has destroyed Aribe. Aribe should win this thing, but he's got -3s across the board. He'll get us a podium if we can hang on ahead of Haas. I think we will. We do. Wouters, Miguel Bryan, I mean, that's a good top 2. Nathan Haas, only 4th, comes in way too late. German, who was a key member of our team last year, Bryan we had for a while as well, takes 5th. So some proper sprinters in and around us. Aribe is but isn't a proper sprinter, but we blew up that field. That was nice. Zervis got 6th himself, so good result there. Back to the Tour of Rwanda, and for the first time here, we're going to get a proper chance to look at our punchers, as that's kind of the team strength now. The hope for the day, though, Arroyo ends up on a -2. Only stamina resistance affected, but that's still going to have an impact. I don't know why I keep getting such poor race day condition. This entire squad, all 7 of them, expected was a +1. And you can see we end up with a -2, so that's a -9 net for the day. I mean, it's just poor luck. Short stage, big fight for the break. We'll sort this out. Phytosa is well placed in 27th. He's a little bit punchy, can definitely climb. Arroyo out of position, but he's definitely a puncher, so we want to get him protected. Mulebron is decently a puncher, so we'll probably use him. And Raylanu's 19th. So we want to protect his position. Alright, breakaway. It's a few too many guys. That's 17 off the front for a short stage. It's going to be hard to pull back any time, but I expect the tempo to be high throughout the stage. This is the biggest climb, and they're taking it right out of the legs, chasing those 17 down. We nearly made contact there. Back off just slightly. Split riders off. Some riders joining the front, some being pulled back. Hefty chase going on here. And we got guys that are definitely getting dropped.
There's an attack in the
Elvis
group at the front.
going
We're
out.
halfway to the finish line.
Agisha
The team
going
leaders
out.
should be coming more and more to the fore.
Debsay is out. We're in the second group on the road, but they're about to regain contact with the front group. There you go. That's 62 chasing 5. And we'll be okay. We've got to protect our 2 leaders. Arroyo's our punchy guy, but we've got to protect our position as the field is just
The escapees
going
have
all in on this
surrendered.
one.
The pack gave them no chance. The Peloton
Arroyo
has definitely
out.
accelerated, meaning that an
Mulebron
attack
out.
is highly unlikely.
Raylanu
We're starting the last third of the race.
struggling. Down to 51 riders. Did not expect that on this stage. This has been very aggressive. 20k to go. LeBron Arroyo regaining contact. Up to 61 riders as we approach the final climb. 11k. Don't expect this one to be too bad. Where is Arroyo? Needs to get back up here. Nibley's here too. We haven't even seen him. Tahada. Can't believe how many strong riders there are. Oh, Faitosa. He's done. We're in trouble. It's only 7%, but that's enough to do damage. Arroyo has been dropped.
Watch out! A team leader is falling behind. 5 kilometers to the finish line.
Arroyo is still in the group at the moment, but there you go. He's lost contact.
Matthews is off.
Matthews attacking. Missed out this time. $2K to go for Faitosa. There's the finish. Oh, that's the 1K banner. Finish line's right around the corner.
It's a superb
Chaconi and Yates,
for
1-2.
Ciccone.
We're waiting for the
Again,
tailenders who continue
1K.
to arrive.
1K. Faitosa making his way for the line. 47th on the stage. Arroyo, 63rd. So much for our good position. This stage looked a little easier, but it was 70K, and that was full gas from the start, which we expect in the Tour de France. Did not expect in the Tour of Rwanda. But 5 World Tour teams, 6 World Tour teams here is enough. And they really pushed, and we suffered for it. Our lower resistance was definitely not king today. We suffered because of it. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm just going to kind of push through the last few stages. Not a big deal. We're not in a great position, and our position just worsened. But I think we've got some potential here. That there's definitely some potential. We're a Continental team. We just went up against a bunch of World Tour teams and Continental Pro teams, and almost held our own. I mean, we were right in the thick of things. That last stage was way too high of a tempo for us to keep up with, but we kept up in other ways in the other stages. I mean, that 5th place with Faitosa, wow. Super excited about that part. We'll see what we can do in the future as these guys start to develop. One thing I really want is to continually step up the level of our staff so that we can get these guys training better, faster. But I also want that to be realistic. So we've hit 2nd tier on all of our trainers. Next season, we'll try to go third tier. We can certainly afford it, but I'm just trying to keep it realistic. So in that sense, we stay second tier for this year, and we'll start pushing third tier next season. And if we're still Continental, I will not push all. I'll push just the groundbreaking coach. We'll see about the modern. It depends on how good the team is come next season. Like I said, though, that's going to do it for this one. Decathlon Gamer, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.